it was such a fart. Like you have this epic franchise. So basically, here's what happened. So I woke up this morning. I had other things to do, but I saw Dark Phoenix last night, and I was like, okay, well, I'll wait till Christopher sees it and do a review. There are too many emotions going on. He takes forever. I need to talk about this. So here we go. Therapy session with Sid over Dark Phoenix. What was that? I love the X-Men. They might be my favorite comic book. And I love the movies too. All in all, I love the X-Men movies. Like in general, they're phenomenal. I acknowledge the shortcomings and the slip-ups and the weird ones. But for the most part, the X-Men movies are just, they're so great. So my question to you, Wee Sibbers, what the bleep happened in Dark Phoenix? I mean, first, this is going to be full of spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, go see the movie. Just go see it. Go see it. But for those of you that have seen it, I might be going through the weird confusion, pain that I'm going through. Let's talk this out. The trailer looked so good. I mean, Sophie Turner looks like a beast. You're like, oh snap, Dark Phoenix is coming out, y'all. People's finna get popped. It's gonna be lit. Then you see the movie. I feel like I need to organize my thoughts, but I don't know what they are. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start with the ending. That was a heartbreaking ending, and I think it was so disrespectful to the X-Men fans because everyone knew that Disney had taken over Fox, and so they had to do reshoots, they had to move back the release date, all of these different things, and it just showed in the end of the movie. This is about to be a spoiler. For Jean to fight the Phoenix and then die, okay. The thing is, the way they had her die was that she kind of just dispersed, but Phoenix can maintain entropy. So we know that she's still alive. Why give her a fake death? Because the franchise is ending. Then we have this weird somber note where Xavier has retired from running Charles Xavier School for the Gifted. Why? Who knows? Because the franchise is ending. That was annoying. So he's retired, sitting at some little cafe. Magneto comes up with a box of chess and is like, oh, let's play one more game for old time's sake.
Fancy a game?
This is disgusting. This is a terrible end. It's like, okay, we get it. Disney bought Fox. We get that you want to rebrand and revamp the franchise. We get that. We get that more than likely. You're going to cut all of these phenomenal, beautifully casted actors out. Why can't you give us an ending that's respectful? Days of Future Past ended better than this. Charles is retired and playing chess with Eric in freaking France? What? And then Magneto's like, oh, you gave me a home once. I'd like to give you a home. Where's he gonna live? You don't have a solid home, Eric. So that was frustrating. They changed the name of the school to Jean Grey's School for the Young Gifted. Smack me in the face.
Come on, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Just end it. Why do that? Just end it. End it respectfully. My goodness. That annoyed me. Beast, listen, we all love Hank McCoy. He doesn't need to be running the school. He never has run the school. He's a teacher doing teachery things. Whatever. I don't get it. It's like they couldn't decide if they were going to straight up close off this Fox's version of the X-Men and reboot their own, or if they were like, oh, let's leave it open. Let's see. No, if you're going to end it, end it. If you're going to continue it, continue it. Don't land in the middle and hope someone likes it. I really couldn't take that ending. That was awful. Moving right along. The scene on the train was epic. It was supposed to be in space. We'll let that slide. The scene where, Magneto's like, oh, the girl has to die, Charles. First of all, Michael Fassbender. What a fabulous Magneto. What a sexy guy. Anyway, everyone in that cast always does a good job. Like, I couldn't ask for any better. All of the action scenes were legit as an Xmen movie. I've never seen a movie where... I hit record, didn't I? Oh my gosh. Just making sure. I've never seen a movie where it's instantly identifiable that the issue is the director and not the actor's performance. Because I think Sophie Turner did a good job as Jean. I think she did the best that she could with what she had. They did not develop her as Jean Grey to start off with. The Dark Phoenix is a whole saga. It's much more than just a 2.5-hour movie. So I don't think they gave her enough source material in the film to make that arc. So I was disappointed in the directing of the actors. And even James McAvoy was not as good as he has been. I just feel like the cast didn't deliver as well as they could because whoever was at the helm didn't go right. I did hear that this is this director's first time directing. He's written a few of the other X-Men movies and he's produced them. This was his first time directing, and I think because of that, there was some weird stuff going on. The acting, when it was good, it was really good. And when it was bad, it was just a little awkward, so. Praise the good Lord, we have finally killed Raven. Not gonna lie, guys, when she got impaled, I was like, yes! And it sucks because it's not Mystique's fault as Mystique. We love Mystique. She's mad chill. She's not an X-Men. That was weird. I think most people have had a problem with the way Mystique has been portrayed by Jennifer Lawrence. And I get it. No, I don't get it. There are too many X-Men for us to focus so many movies on her. Like, let's calm down, all right? So I was pretty happy that she died. But what's even more sad was that it wasn't that pivotal of a point. Magneto was pissed, and so he wanted to kill Jean. Charles explains what happens, and he's like, oh, I've had a change of heart. Okay, Raven and Eric's relationship, she should have been with Magneto. That's the other thing that didn't make sense unless you have read the comic books and you had seen the previous movies, because she's only with him in the first movie, and that's only because she's conflicted and confused. Like, we get that something happened in between First Class and Days of Future Past, but we don't know what it is. We get that he's upset, but some of that doesn't fit. I think they've only had one scene, just the two of them. Michael Fassbender and Jennifer Lawrence's version of the two of them. Sorry, there's a piece of hair. I'm just gonna pause for awkwardness. The storyline. What the heck? What? The storyline was a bit weird and weak. Charles is full of himself, right? But we didn't get that much of him being full of himself. He's like, oh, some people call us superheroes. But that whole thing with he and Beast, admit you made a mistake, Charles. Just admit that you did something wrong. I was like, that was weird. There were so many things where I was like, okay, but I think it's the writing's fault. It's not the actors. It's the storyline was odd. Because I love X-Men so much, I filled in the holes for myself. General audiences are just coming off of Captain Marvel / Avengers, right? In Captain Marvel, we have the Skrull. So we're like, okay, we know Disney is buying Fox. Jessica Chastain's character looks kind of creepy. A shapeshifter, green, scaly-looking alien. Oh my gosh, it's a Skrull. We know that this is the last X-Men movie. We're like, is this how they're gonna merge the universes? Are they gonna keep the cast and keep the same general? No, not at all. They are not Skrull, they're Dabari. The Dabari I don't think have ever been mentioned in any Marvel movies, but I could be wrong. The Dabari are an ancient civilization race that gets destroyed by the Dark Phoenix when the entity, the power stuff, enters her, and she basically explodes and she destroys the Dabari's planet. Jessica Chastain's character is Vuk. Vuk, I think that's how you say it. It's funny, I've only ever read the name, so I think it's Vuk. Maybe it's Vuk. I don't know. That's what happens when you read and you don't say stuff out loud. Vuk is like the commander. So the only way you would know that is if you were reading the subtitles when they're talking to each other in their ancient language. And I think one of the people says, oh, Commander Vuk, and then something about the Dabari. And honestly, that would only matter to you if you knew who those people were. It's cool. It's a clever kind of tie back to the original Dark Phoenix saga. The Skrull are not the Dabari. They just look alike. I don't get why they kept it such a big secret though. If they were going to be comic book accurate, of course the bad guy would be Vuk or Vuk. And of course the Dabari would be the ones who are trying to kill her. So maybe Marvel was just like, haha, trying to trick you. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a solid 8. And I'm gonna acknowledge that that's because I love the X-Men and they'll never get less than a 6 for me.
You're so stupid, Rose!
Here's the thing, right? It's an X-Men movie. You're going to enjoy it because there's been 19 years. Sorry, you know, the Marvel 822 and 8, anyway, there are a lot of X-Men movies. Go see it because it's the freaking X-Men. Like, what do you want me to do? It's the end of an epic saga that was full of flaws, but unfortunately, I think this was probably its biggest flaw. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you think. Like, seriously, guys. Some people are commenting on Christopher's videos. Like, what do I have to do to get you to like me? Ugh! Yeah, this has been Sid. We SIBZ out.